You men do realize that women are choosing to stay single. They're choosing to be single than actually being single. I have a lot of men on my TikTok comment and they're like, oh, where's your ring? Oh, where's your boyfriend? Oh, where's your husband? Y'all, I choose not to have one. It's not because men don't try to talk to me. It's not because men aren't in my DMs. It's not because men don't want to take me out. It's not because men don't want to marry me. I'm choosing to be single, and I'm choosing not to have a man because it's embarrassing. Literally having a man right now is quite literally possibly the most embarrassing thing you could do right now. Like, it's kind of like an extracurricular activity or like a hobby you don't really want. It's like, why? And I think it's so funny how men are so quick to hop on this app like, well, you're not married. Why would I want to get married to someone who's going to cheat on me? Every single person that I know that is married, about to get married, or in a relationship is either getting cheated on or literally miserable, and misery loves company and they just stay together. Does not sound fun. Literally, you're not selling me on the product at all. I choose to stay single because my expectations are not going nowhere, okay? My expectations are honestly still in the fucking gutter, to be honest, but I have self-worth and self-respect, so therefore I'm going to stay single, because why would I just get a boyfriend because everyone's telling me to get a boyfriend and then have them treat me like shit and cheat on me? I'd rather just be single and do my own thing. But I just think it's hilarious how men like come on here and they're like, oh, well, you don't have a man. Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want you. I don't want one. Having a man is like having a child. I don't want to take care of anything. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to listen to you just run your mouth about how you're going to do all these things for me and then don't. I'm single because I want to be, not because men don't try to hit on me. And I want to make that very, very clear.
Having a man is embarrassing, like a hobby she doesn't really want, and yet she made a 10-minute video about it. Kings, this is the opening act of every woman who's been left out of the market and needed a narrative to explain it. The choosing to be single speech arrives right after the DMs slow down. And the men are like children line is the same mouth that will record a crying video about loneliness 6 months later. She told you everything about where she is. Believe the gutter she admitted to, not the confidence she performed.
I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is. They want to go about their day exactly as it is, do whatever they would normally do, and just want somebody there when it's convenient for them, or, you know, for the things they want to do. Like, convince me I'm wrong.
She's describing a man who built his life first and doesn't need to burn it down for someone who might leave anyway. Kings, a man who has worked to build something worth protecting, isn't going to dismantle it for a woman he just met. That's not selfishness. That's self-preservation with good credit. The irony is that if she brought value worth disrupting his life for, he'd disrupt it. She didn't. So he didn't. If you're building a life worth protecting right now, this channel was made for you. Hit subscribe and stay in the room with men who are moving with purpose.
I really don't mean to be a brat, but it's like, when is it going to be my time? Like, I am independent and strong. I'd like to think I have it pretty much together. Like, I'd like to say that I am pretty beautiful. But one thing about me, your girl can't get a man for her life. Her life! I'm tired and I just want to sleep next to my man. I want to read my book next to my man, make my coffee, drink it next to my man, and not go out to the clubs anymore. Like, what the fuck do I have to do to secure the man? Let me know. Stop gatekeeping.
The resume is solid. The results are 0. She thinks men are hiding the instructions. Kings calling it gatekeeping is the loneliest move in this video. Nobody's keeping the men from her. The men saw what was on offer, did the maths, and kept it moving. Reading books next to her isn't the pitch. That's the reward. What does she bring to the foundation? That's the actual question. Nobody's answering because she hasn't asked it.
It's so hard for me to find
a man. Like, I don't even ask for much. I don't need you to pay all my bills. I don't need you to anything. Don't cheat on me, make me laugh, and fucking take me to eat sometimes. Like, that's it. Is there any men like this ever or anywhere? Where are you hiding? I've been looking.
Don't cheat, be funny, pay for food, on demand, consistently, without expectation of much in return. King's, what she calls a short list, is still a full-time emotional and financial investment. And the thing she forgot to list is what she does for him. Plenty of men do exactly that, for a woman who makes them feel valued in return. She didn't mention that part. Neither does she.
Can someone explain to me why it's so hard to find a good man that is all about you and only you, doesn't care to entertain other women, and just wants to make you happy? Like, why is that so hard to find? I feel like nowadays, men my age, or at least all the good men my age, are either married or in a relationship. So yeah, I feel like I'm doomed for life.
She solved her own mystery in 3 sentences and didn't notice. The good men are taken because someone treated them well enough to keep them. That's not a shortage. That's cause and effect. Kings, the men she's calling taken, didn't disappear. They were chosen by women who showed up differently. The vacancy isn't in the market. It's in the offering.
Going into Barnes & Noble, look for men. Here we go. Just women so far. Women and kids. And couples. So many couples. No, nothing. Nobody. No. Couples. Not a single. Not one single man. I'm gonna be single forever.
She conducted a field study at a bookshop and concluded men are extinct. Kings, the men at Barnes & Noble, are the ones already reading, already building, already in relationships with women who met them while doing things they both enjoy. She walked in looking for a man in a room full of people who went looking for books. The strategy needs work. The market is fine.
See, they're never going to admit this because it'll go against the sisterhood. It'll go against their entire narrative that they're trying to push and make people believe that they're okay with being alone. When we all know that y'all not okay with it, because if you was, you would have no need to go to a singles event. You wouldn't even care about a singles event because you would be too happy with your peaceful single life. You'd be too happy with that. But they're not going to get on here and admit that they're tired of having to work 2 or 3 jobs just to still not be able to pay your rent. I saw a girl on my timeline just the other day talking about how she ready to take herself up off the earth because she working 3 jobs and still can't pay her rent and about to get evicted. She showed the eviction notice and everything. Like I said in the other video, it's an influx of women living in tents, cars, vans, trying to pass it off as car life. No, y'all are just broke and can't afford to live and ain't got sense enough to just get with a man.
The happy single performance runs until the eviction notice arrives. Kings, this is the entire theme of this video compressed into 30 seconds. Women who loudly don't need men, quietly calculating whether they can afford January alone. The performance holds until it doesn't. And the ones who kept the performance going the longest are the ones sleeping in cars trying to call it an aesthetic.
I love how every woman is always talking about how they don't want to settle, they're not settling for less than they deserve. Okay, but honestly speaking, most of the women that are saying this don't really deserve much. Like, you guys are not a catch. You're living in this delusional world and you think that you deserve the world. You expect men to settle for you. And just because you have these unrealistic expectations and standards, why the hell should men settle for you when they actually deserve a whole lot better? And that's the reality. And that's why men are walking away from dating. Men just don't care to put in the effort anymore. Men are not going up to women anymore because men don't want to settle either. The funny thing is, men are actually more realistic about their expectations. Women are not.
A woman called other women out on camera and didn't blink. Kings, she said, what the whole video has been building toward. Not a catch, living in delusion, expecting men to settle while they don't deserve the men they're rejecting. The women being left lonely aren't victims of a bad market. They're the architects of the exact outcome they're complaining about. That's not an attack. That's just reading the blueprint they drew.
Apparently, there are a lot of men out there that are done with being used and all the other BS that comes with modern dating. And they're probably just sitting at home alone, ignoring people. And as women, I think it's time for us to start taking accountability. Women are just way too busy looking for their next meal ticket or who's gonna buy them their next Louis bag, okay? And I am so sick of it because women have become so toxic towards men and it's not fair. Men deserve to be loved and cherished, and all these toxic women are just ruining it for the good ones like myself. And I'm just so sick of it, and I don't know how it's gonna stop. Like, we need men. We literally need men. So women, just stop ruining it for everyone.
Finally, a woman with a mirror who aimed it in the right direction. Kings, she's right. The women who treated men like ATMs, taxi services, and emotional punching bags didn't just hurt those men. They trained an entire generation of men to protect themselves from all women by default. The good ones are paying the interest on a debt they didn't run up. That's the actual cost of what was built.
I am tired of the amount of gaslighting us single people have to go through. Because let's be honest, a lot of the things that our friends in relationships can get for free, we have to pay for. And there's no amount of self-love or therapy that can kind of circumvent the frustration that being single is very expensive. Because if, an example, I am sick, I don't have anyone who can cook for me. My friend can ask her boyfriend to cook for her. I have to DoorDash something. If I need help moving something in my house, I need to go find someone and pay that person to come over and move it. Well, my friend can just ask her partner. And all those things just add up. If you lose your job, you have someone who can help you with rent. If you are having like financial trouble or health trouble, you now need to like disclose that to your family or friends, which might be embarrassing, or you can tell your one husband or your wife to help you through that. It is so frustrating to have to go through so many things alone and make these really big decisions, hard decisions completely by myself. I have my friends, I have my family, I love them, I can lean on them, but maybe I don't want to tell them all about my finances. Maybe I don't want to have to over-explain my entire health condition to them. Maybe I just need someone to help me with a real quick task that I don't want to have to pay someone or wait for someone to drive across town to come help me. And it is so frustrating because we're told that, being single is great. And it's really great when compared to an unhealthy relationship. But being single is not always better than having a healthy relationship. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to go hop into a relationship with a man just so I can have someone. But I do think we need to be honest that being single, while can be really great, is also very impractical sometimes.
DoorDash. When sick, pay to move furniture, handle rent crises solo, explain health issues to family, make every decision alone. Kings, she just described exactly what men have been doing since they were 18 without a viral video about it. She chased away the men who would have helped with all of this, and now she's discovering that independence has operational costs. Who would have thought the thing she didn't want would have been useful?
I don't care what nobody say. Being single for years and years and years, and abstinence, celibate, whatever the fuck you want to call it, not having sex, no intimacy, no nothing, like nobody caring about you, nobody even to talk to chat with, nobody to fucking confide in, not having no support, like none of that shit is normal. Like that shit not for the weak. Being lonely, like literally lonely, not for the weak. And I don't see nobody talking about that shit enough.
She's right. Loneliness is genuinely hard. The absence of real connection isn't weakness. It's a human problem that deserves a human answer. But the men who would have been there didn't leave because they stopped caring. They left because the terms weren't worth it, because the respect wasn't there, because they were disposable until they weren't. A king who has built himself right, who is grounded, purposeful, consistent, isn't lonely. He's selective, and the woman who genuinely wants him, who shows up with something real, who doesn't need a viral video to explain why she's alone, she finds him. Build well. The right life isn't found by searching Barnes and Noble. It's built quietly, one decision at a time. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a man who needs to hear this. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching.